Gillie the Kid wasn't one to keep quiet about his dealings with Birdman and Cash Money, not even after nearly 2 decades since he left that record label. But then, just when we thought the saga was as good as over, Wack 100 convinced the Cash Money boss to hop on Clubhouse for a brief chat. On that fateful Sunday, October 8th, 2023, the Cash Money boss joined the conversation and addressed some of Gillie's claims. He also spilled the beans on how Gillie the Kid got humiliated by Beanie Sigel in his presence. Find out everything that transpired in this video. Humiliation. Birdman and Gillie met and teamed up at the beginning of their careers. Birdman, who was already famous as one of the founders of Cash Money Records, noticed Gillie's talent and believed in him. Gillie, on the other hand, was also gaining fame for his impressive lyrics and charming personality. Birdman wasted no time bringing Gillie into the fold, welcoming him into the Cash Money family. Gillie's affiliation with Cash Money brought him newfound recognition and opportunities. He proudly repped the label everywhere he went, becoming one of its most vocal supporters. Their collaboration seemed like a match made in heaven. Gillie and Birdman made a great team with Gillie's natural talent and Birdman's experience. They got fans and industry people excited. Gillie was doing really well at that time and was very happy because he was with Cash Money. He was super loyal to the label and couldn't wait to release his album I Make You Famous with them. But as we know, not all partnerships are destined to last. The cracks in their relationship began to show, and the once unbreakable bond between Birdman and Gillie started to unravel. What caused this rift? Well, we don't know what happened at first. We just knew Gillie left Cash Money Records in 2006. Not long after, the problem began when Gillie had a disagreement with Lil Wayne, who was the biggest star on Cash Money's roster at the time. The issue started when Lil Wayne unexpectedly insulted Gillie in a song called Problem Solver. Gillie was surprised by this attack because they used to be on good terms, and he didn't understand why Lil Wayne would go after him. Upset and hurt, Gillie felt insulted and spoke out on different platforms, expressing his disappointment and questioning Lil Wayne's intentions. He was clear that he didn't want any unnecessary drama, but couldn't ignore the disrespect. On street DVDs, Gillie told the camera that he secretly wrote songs for Birdman and Lil Wayne's Thigh Carter album. He said, "I penned a lot of that shit. They had me around there. Stunner gave me $200,000 when I signed. They were so in a rush to get into a deal, they didn't do the publishing right there on the spot. They just wanted to get me ink. Soon as they got me ink, then they wanted to discuss the publishing. Once they didn't want to give me the money I was asking for my publishing, then I knew it was a problem. I had talks and sit-downs with Wayne. He didn't even know what publishing was and so I start seeing what was really going on around here. They just wanted me to play the background, pen some give me a check, pen some more and give me a check. So that's what I did, got my money situation right and skated. Wayne's a fraud. I never was really with bringing none of this to the light except for when the dissed me. He got a record where he say my name and that I don't want it, that he gonna do this and gonna do that. I didn't even feel as though that was real. You feel what I'm saying? So I called and reached out to the didn't even reach back to me. You feel what I'm saying? So I felt disrespected. So I felt like, fuck you, The whole time I was with Cash Money, I ain't did nothing but try to help you. Now you want to take a cheap shot at a At first I just thought like that was the dumbest thing he could possibly do, knowing I know what I know. Like, why? What sense does that make? Gillie even retaliated with his own diss track where he criticized Lil Wayne directly. He challenged Lil Wayne's authenticity, questioned his credibility as a genuine gangster, and pointed out his alleged financial struggles. He said, "You mentioned the kid and you know Philly way hard. You ain't Birdman Jr., silly. You're Gillie Jr. Ask around the town, I cover the order. If you the fireman, I'm a cold bucket of water." He also said, "You're nothing like a G, you're more like a broad. You Wheezy F baby, but F stands for fraud. Come on man, you're nothing like a threat. 4 albums in and ain't received a publishing check." The tension between Gillie and Lil Wayne was surprising, especially considering their previous camaraderie within the Cash Money family. It seemed that Gillie's once solid support for the label had transformed into a bitter rivalry with one of its biggest stars. The reasons behind Gillie's falling out with Cash Money have been the subject of much speculation and conflicting accounts. According to Gillie, the root of the issue lies in a failed publishing deal and his claims of being a ghostwriter within the label. Gillie asserts that he had been ghostwriting for Cash Money since he joined the label, a revelation that surprised many. He explains that this was the first time he had ever taken on such a role, but it was a necessary step to contribute to the success of the label. However, Gillie's refusal to sell his publishing rights became a point of contention between him and Cash Money. In Gillie's version of events, Cash Money attempted to purchase his publishing rights for a meager sum, an offer he found insulting. He believed that his contributions as a ghostwriter warranted a fairer deal, demanding a more substantial share of the profits. The disagreement over the publishing deal created tension between Gillie and Cash Money, leading to a breakdown in their relationship. Gillie's insistence on fair compensation for his work clashed with the label's expectations, ultimately causing a rift that would be difficult to mend. Birdman never responded to Gillie's claims at first. Many believed he wouldn't engage in a public beef beef with Gillie. They thought he would ignore Gillie for as long as he lived. But apparently, in 2023, Birdman decided enough is enough and decided to share his perspective on the falling out.
I'm gonna tell y'all where it really went bad. Gonna pull up to Philly. He wanted to go get them throwback jerseys. They go to the mall. Stunner in the town. He in your city. He with you. My man walk in.
He stated that the rift between him and Gillie stemmed from an altercation that Gillie had with fellow rapper Beanie Sigel.
We was in Philly at a store and we was shopping. And Beanie come in the store, grabbed him, walked him outside, and he had a blicky on him.
Birdman claimed that they were in a store in Philly when Beanie confronted Gillie, and Gillie failed to defend himself.
We all got blickies on us. I got 100 with me. But I brought him outside. And he go whoop whoop, and he ain't do nothing. I lost all respect for him, and then I stopped with him.
Birdman lost respect for Gillie at that moment, seeing him as weak and unable to handle himself in a confrontation. According to Birdman, this incident was the turning point in their relationship. Some people online agreed that Birdman's feelings are valid. They think being beaten in that manner is a massive L for the entire Cash Money records. There was an audio recording of what allegedly got Gillie in trouble with Beanie. Someone said Gillie talked tough like a gangster, but got in trouble because Beanie is an even tougher gangster.
Time to come to Gillie. Why ain't time to come to Gillie? You lose that gorilla mentality. Young boys out. Every time I'm around, you ain't no gorilla killer no more. I know you, dog. Don't come at us. Hey, yo, listen, I know you. Hey, listen, Gil. You was nobody before this rap game. Nobody.
The feud between Birdman and Gillie has had a significant impact on their respective careers. Both artists have faced challenges and setbacks as a result of their bitter rivalry. For Gillie, the fallout with Birdman meant a missed opportunity for greater exposure and success. He had signed with Cash Money Records, hoping to elevate his career to new heights. However, the lack of financial compensation and the breakdown of their business relationship hindered Gillie's progress. Without the support and backing of Birdman and the label, Gillie's music struggled to gain the same level of recognition and promotion. On the other hand, Birdman's reputation also took a hit as a result of the feud. The public diss exchange between him and Gillie tarnished his image in the eyes of some fans and industry insiders. The accusations of not paying Gillie and the perception that he didn't handle business properly raised questions about Birdman's credibility as a label executive and artist. The feud also had a ripple effect on their relationships with other artists and industry professionals. Gillie's public criticism of Birdman and Cash Money Records may have made some hesitant to work with him, fearing similar treatment. On the other hand, Birdman faced scrutiny and skepticism from artists and collaborators who questioned his integrity and ability to handle business affairs. Is Birdman right? While Gillie somewhat confirmed the altercation with Beanie Sigel, he maintained that Beanie never landed a hit on him. He claimed that he was able to dodge Beanie's attack.
Everybody know Beanie Sigel tried to sneak me, and I looked at that shit like the Matrix.
You wasn't even there. You was in jail.
I never knew you was in jail. I looked at that like the Matrix. You was in jail. What's wrong with you? Everybody know my slip.
As expected, the public's reaction was mixed, with some siding with Gillie and others throwing their weight behind Birdman. But in the middle of all that, someone shared an interesting take. They said, knowing the history of Birdman cheating his artist, I'm more likely to believe Gillie than Birdman. Whenever one of your top artists, Lil Wayne, who made you millions, says you ripped him off, how far-fetched is it to believe that he tried to rip Gillie off? This comment makes sense and supports some of the things Gillie said after leaving Cash Money. Barely 8 years after Gillie left, Lil Wayne had serious issues with Cash Money Records and Birdman. To understand what happened, we have to look at it from the beginning. In the late 90s, a young Lil Wayne met Brian Birdman Williams, who would become his surrogate father and label boss. Together, they formed Cash Money Records. Lil Wayne's talent and work ethic propelled him to become one of hip-hop's most prolific superstars, signing future icons Drake and Nicki Minaj to his label, Young Money. Their commercial peak came with Lil Wayne's album Thay Carter III in 2008, which shattered records and solidified their dominance. However, the bond between Lil Wayne and Birdman would soon be tested. On December 4th, 2014, Lil Wayne publicly called out Birdman over the delay of his highly anticipated album Thay Carter V. Fans eagerly awaited its release, but tensions were rising behind the scenes. The delay sparked frustration and disappointment among Lil Wayne's loyal fan base. Despite attempts to downplay the situation, with Lil Wayne's manager Cortez Bryant claiming on December 5th, 2014, 2015 that everything was fine between the parties, the cracks in their relationship were becoming more apparent. During a concert on December 6, 2014, Lil Wayne addressed the crowd, expressing his frustration, saying, "I'm f***ed up in a bad situation, but I will be out of it soon." These words hinted at the turmoil brewing within Cash Money Records. As the anticipation for Thank Carter 5 continued to mount, Mac Main, president of Young Money Entertainment, assured fans on December 12, 2014, that the album was definitely coming out soon. However, the situation took a turn for the worse. On January 13, 2015, Lil Wayne dropped a bombshell. He announced a staggering $51 million lawsuit against Cash Money Records, alleging breach of contract and unpaid royalties. The legal battle had officially begun, and the rift between Lil Wayne and Birdman was now public and bitter. The lawsuit left fans and industry insiders wondering how such a tight-knit relationship had deteriorated so rapidly. The once inseparable duo was now embroiled in a legal battle that would have far-reaching consequences. Following Lil Wayne's announcement of the $51 million lawsuit against Cash Money Records, the tensions between him and Birdman continued to escalate, leading to a series of public feuds and dramatic events. In a Rolling Stone interview on February 19, 2015, Lil Wayne revealed that he and Birdman were no longer on speaking terms. On March 14, 2015, Lil Wayne took his grievances to the stage, dissing Birdman in Young Money's Up Next cypher. The public displays of hatred didn't stop there. On April 2, 2015, during a performance in Jacksonville, Florida, Lil Wayne shouted, "Cash Money," further fueling the fire and making his feelings towards the label abundantly clear. Rumors began to circulate on April 7, 2015, suggesting that Lil Wayne might drop his lawsuit against Cash Money Records. However, the situation took a dark turn on April 26, 2015, when shots were fired at Lil Wayne's tour bus in Atlanta. This shocking incident heightened the tension and added a dangerous element to their already strained relationship. Lil Wayne didn't shy away from expressing his frustrations through his music. On May 26, 2015, he dissed Cash Money on his verse in a Rocky's MS. The tour bus shooting incident got more complicated when Young Thug affiliate Pee Wee Roscoe was arrested on May 29, 2015 for his alleged involvement in the incident. The incident only intensified the legal battles and added a layer of complexity to the already difficult situation. Amidst the chaos, Lil Wayne sought new avenues for his music. On June 8, 2015, he signed with global royalties company Cobalt Neighboring Rights, exploring alternative paths to release his music and distance himself from Cash Money Records. In a strategic move, Lil Wayne signed a streaming deal with Tidal on June 14, 2015, further asserting his independence and challenging the control that Birdman and Cash Money had over his music. The rift between Lil Wayne and Birdman deepened on June 22, 2015, when Lil Wayne attempted to oust Birdman from Young Money, expressing his fear that Drake and Nicki Minaj would leave if Birdman remained in control. This move showcased Lil Wayne's determination to protect his artist and his vision. On July 4, 2015, Lil Wayne released his Free Weezy album exclusively on Tidal. The public viewed this as a bold statement of defiance against Cash Money Records. The tensions reached a boiling point on July 12, 2015, when Birdman threw a drink at Lil Wayne during a Miami club performance. Their public display of disrespect worsened their already strained relationship, which surprised and saddened fans. The situation got worse on July 15, 2015, when an indictment accused Birdman and Young Thug of plotting to harm Lil Wayne in the tour bus shooting. These accusations made their legal battles even more complicated. Birdman, though, denied any part in the shooting and showed love and respect for Lil Wayne on July 28, 2015. This left the public confused and with unanswered questions. On August 6, 2015, Pee Wee Roscoe, the individual arrested for the tour bus shooting, pointed the finger at Birdman, blaming him for the incident. Seeking to protect his rights and interests, Lil Wayne filed a $40 million lawsuit against Universal Music Group on March 28, 2016. This is separate from the earlier lawsuit against Cash Money. On May 12, 2016, he rapped about Cash Money on Coloring Book, shedding light on the ongoing disputes and the impact they had on his career. The tensions between Lil Wayne and Birdman remained, as evidenced by Lil Wayne's outburst during a show on May 23, 2016, when he once again yelled, "Cash Money." Despite the ongoing legal battles, there were moments that hinted at the possibility of reconciliation. Birdman hinted towards a potential reconciliation during an interview with Big Boy on June 29, 2016. However, the road to reconciliation would prove to be a rocky one. In September 2016, Lil Wayne opened up about his retirement tweets, expressing his frustration and weariness with the ongoing legal battles. The toll of the disputes on his mental and emotional well-being became apparent, adding a layer of vulnerability to the situation. Things got worse on September 14, 2016, when he wouldn't let Birdman release his album Thank Carter V because he wanted control over it. Adding fuel to the fire, Lil Wayne accused Birdman of taking over half of the $100 million Young Money advance on September 18, 2016. These financial disputes further strained their relationship. In a significant victory for Lil Wayne, a judge sided with him on his accusation accusation against Birdman on September 26, 2016. This legal win provided a glimmer of hope for Lil Wayne and further solidified his position in the dispute. However, negotiations between Lil Wayne and Birdman took a turn for the worse when Birdman called off negotiations on November 21, 2016. The prospects of reconciliation seemed dim, and the feud showed no signs of resolution. On February 3, 2017, Birdman claimed that he would share 500 unreleased Cash Money songs over the next 5 years. On July 5, 2017, he accused Cash Money and Universal of preventing him from making money off Drake. On August 19, 2017, he boldly declared that he could release Thot Carter 5 whenever he wanted. In April 2018, Birdman said the lawsuit was affecting their kids. He said, "We got to get this shit together because it's affecting our kids. That's not cool with me at all. His daughter is my godchild. I love her to death. But guess what? They all talk. He talked to my children all the time. It's just a weird relationship." 2 months later, the $51 million lawsuit ended. Although the exact details are not being shared by the people involved, it was reported that Lil Wayne received $10 million, which Karen Civil disagrees with. Lil Wayne's lawyer, Ron Sweeney, stated that Lil Wayne is his own man, a man that owns his assets, his music, and himself. In August 2018, Birdman apologized to Lil Wayne on stage. He said, "It feels amazing to be home f***ing with my son. I love that nigga to death. I don't know what y'all know, but I know what the fuck I know, and I know how I feel about what I know. I knew this day was gonna come, but I ain't know when it was gonna come." Wayne and Birdman resolved their issues, and Gillie also patched things up with Beanie. They even worked together in the studio before Beanie went to jail, as Gillie shared in a conversation with Mikey T, the movie star. Beanie Sigel also had feuds with many big names in the industry. Troublemaker. Beanie Sigel's career has been marked by a series of intense and headline-grabbing feuds. Sigel's biggest feud during his career was with his former mentor, Jay-Z. This started in 2009 when Sigel, who had been signed to Jay-Z's record label, made a song called "I Go Off" with 50 Cent, who had signed him to his label. In the song, Sigel went after Jay-Z, expressing his deep-seated frustrations and grievances. The diss track was a bold move, considering the close relationship Sigel and Jay-Z had once shared. The feud between Sigel and Jay-Z quickly became the talk of the town, with fans and industry insiders eagerly awaiting a response from the rap mogul. However, what followed was unexpected. On May 31, 2011, news broke that Sigel had issued an apology to Jay-Z, seemingly putting an end to the feud. This surprising turn of events left many wondering what had transpired behind closed doors. But in an interview with DJ Green Lantern, Sigel set the record straight. He revealed that he had never actually apologized to Jay-Z, clarifying that he was still making music and had no regrets about expressing his feelings through his art. However, in 2015, the unexpected happened. Sigel and Jay-Z reunited at the Tidal B-Sides concert, an event that brought together some of the most influential artists in the industry. Before the feud with Jay-Z, Beanie Sigel found himself embroiled in another high-profile conflict, this time with fellow rapper Jadakiss and his group, the LOX. The feud between Sigel and the LOX members began during the early 2000s. Sigel openly criticized Jadakiss and the LOX in interviews and songs. This led to increasing tension between the two groups, with both sides trading insults and harsh words. Although Sigel and Jadakiss claimed they didn't want violence, their war of words kept getting more heated. The climax of the beef came when Sigel released a freestyle rap over Jadakiss's hit song, "Put Your Hands Up." The diss track ignited a firestorm of controversy, capturing the attention of fans and the media alike. It became the talk of the town, with debates raging about who had the upper hand in this fierce rap battle. Sigel's bold move had put him in the spotlight, but it also intensified the feud between the Rockefeller camp and the LOX. As the beef between Sigel and Jadakiss continued to escalate, both artists found themselves at the center of a media frenzy. Interviews, diss tracks, and public statements became the weapons of choice in this ongoing war of words. However, as time went on, the tension between Sigel and Jadakiss began to subside. The beef gradually lost its intensity, and both artists shifted their focus to other endeavors. While the feud may have simmered down, its impact on Sigel's career cannot be overlooked. One of the most explosive clashes Beanie Sigel was involved in was with fellow rapper Meek Mill. The feud between Sigel and Meek Mill began with a radio interview that took a turn for the worse. On September 26, 2016, Sigel appeared on a radio show where he ridiculed Mill's intelligence and boldly claimed to be the ruler of all of Philly. These audacious statements did not sit well with Mill, who took offense to Sigel's remarks. Minutes after the interview, an altercation occurred, with someone believed to be one of Mill's affiliates allegedly punching Sigel on the back of his head. 3 days later, Mill took to Instagram to criticize Sigel, reigniting the feud on social media. The public spat between the two rappers intensified when Mill dissed Sigel again during a freestyle on Funkmaster Flex's radio show, further fueling the flames of their beef. Sigel, never one to back down, responded to Mill's attacks by releasing his own diss track titled I'm Coming. The diss track became an instant hit among fans, who eagerly dissected the lyrics and analyzed the feud. In 2002, Beanie Sigel's life took a dramatic turn when he was arrested and charged with a federal weapons charge in West Philadelphia. This shocking incident marked the beginning of a long and tumultuous journey through the criminal justice system for the rapper. Sigel would later serve a year in federal prison for this offense, setting the stage for the legal battles to come. The details surrounding the arrest were scarce, but it was clear that Sigel had found himself on the wrong side of the law. Just a year after his federal weapons charge, Beanie Sigel found himself in the midst of another legal battle. In January 2003, he was arrested for assault and attempted murder. The incident that led to Sigel's arrest was nothing short of shocking. It was alleged that he had punched a 53-year-old man in the face, fracturing his eye socket. The details surrounding the altercation were murky, but the consequences were severe. Sigel's violent outburst landed him in hot water and raised questions about his temper and behavior. But the assault charge was not the end. On July 3, 2003, Sigel turned himself into Philadelphia police and was hit with an even more serious charge: attempted murder. The shocking accusation stemmed from an incident where Sigel allegedly fired 6 shots from a 9mm handgun at a club door, injuring 2 people. Alongside the attempted murder charge, Sigel was also charged with aggravated assault, simple assault, and possession of a criminal instrument. The first trial ended in a hung jury, leaving the public hungry for answers. The second trial, however, resulted in a not guilty verdict, leaving many stunned by the outcome. In 2004, Beanie Sigel faced yet another legal battle, this time on federal weapons charges. He was convicted and sentenced to 1 year and 1 day in federal prison. The rapper's reputation as a troubled artist with a penchant for finding himself on the wrong side of the law was further solidified. But Sigel's legal troubles didn't end there. On May 25, 2006, he was ran up on. Sigel was shot multiple times during a robbery in Philadelphia. The details of the robbery were chilling, as Sigel found himself in a life-threatening situation. Miraculously, he was able to flee the scene and drive himself to a local hospital, narrowly escaping death. Adding to the intrigue, the shooting occurred just 1 month after Sigel's release from prison, where he had served a brief stint for child support charges. The timing of the incident raised questions about his associations and the risks he was willing to take. Many parallels can be drawn between Beanie Sigel and Gillie's life. They never seemed to be able to stay out of trouble. While Beanie had to contend with feuds and legal issues, Gillie also had to deal with beefs with Lil Wayne, Joe Budden, Birdman, and others.